From dominating the track to inspiring the next generation, Bahamian sprinting sensation Devynne Charlton opens up about her journey to international success, the challenges she overcame, and what it takes to stay at the top. In studio, the world record holder in the 60-meter hurdles, Devynne Charlton. Welcome to What's Trending, Devynne.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here with us. So we want to know more before we dive into your professional career. Tell us, Devynne, what were some of the most treasured childhood memories that influenced who you are now?
Ooh, I think one of the things about me is I really enjoy being Bahamian. I'm very proud of the Bahamas and spend a lot of time in the family islands. My mom is from Long Island. And so some of my favorite memories are just about spending summers there with my grandfather, my grandmother, aunts and uncles, a lot of outdoor life, animals, fishing,
Like fish,
boating.
I was just going to ask you, fishing is on the list of things to do.
And crabbing, a lot of those type things, the typical island Bahamian experience.
Awesome. So is there a piece of advice you received early on in life that stuck with you today, that keeps you motivated going?
Nothing specific I can think of, but I think my parents just instilled a lot of work ethic in me. And so they always told us, me and my sisters, that, hard work and dedication, humbleness, and kindness takes you a whole lot of places.
And you definitely have been a whole lot of places.
Absolutely.
So what's something people would be surprised to learn about you that they may not know aside from seeing you on the track?
Something people wouldn't know about me. I think a lot of people, I guess my demeanor, I'm pretty much like to myself a lot of the times, and so people kind of think that I come off as like a little bit stuck up. But I think once people get to know me, they see that I'm a pretty down-to-earth person. Just like to keep to myself, but at the same time, if people approach me and just want to have a conversation, I'm always open to that.
And that's good to know. That's good to know. So tell us about your impressive career so far. So let's start with your journey into track and field, how you got started in the sport.
Yeah, so my dad, he got started off in track and field when he was in high school, ended up going to college, and I was introduced to the sport through him. He was a hurdler back in the day as well. He and my mom started a track club in the early 2000s, and pretty much from there just grew up on the track, honestly, and so it just became like a natural thing to fall into.
Oh. So every athlete faces some setbacks at some point in time. You were unable to attend the 2016 Rio Olympics due to injury despite qualifying for it. So can you share with us what it felt like in that moment when you were told you were unable to compete?
Yeah, it was really a crushing thing, and it took me a couple years to, regain some of that feeling that I felt that I had missed out on the Olympics. It wasn't until like 2021 when I ended up making my first Olympic final where I was like able to get over it a little bit more. But in that moment, my mind went to the Olympics, but I actually missed the entire outdoor season. I was still in college, and so my college team, we had a lot of big goals, and everybody was supposed to contribute and do their part, and me not feeling like I could do my part felt like I had let my teammates down.
That's a lot to rebuild from, but we now focus on your achievements. You've inspired so many young athletes, and you recently inked a deal with BTC. So what advice would you give aspiring track and field athletes who are looking up to you and your accomplishments, achievements?
I would say make fun the main goal. And so I think when I got started off in track, I wasn't thinking about turning professional. I wasn't even thinking about winning races or medals or anything like that. It was just a place that I went to that was fun for me. I got to see my friends and hang out after school. And I think from there, because I built my career on a foundation of just enjoying what I did, it was a whole lot easier that once the work started piling up, I had to start taking things seriously. Workouts started hurting a little bit more. I was just able to go back to that place of find the fun. And so I would encourage kids to have the mindset of like, oh, I have to go to practice or I have to do this. Instead, like, change it into I get to do this, because sports really is a privilege.
And that's a great way to look at it too, especially when you get to represent your country doing something that you obviously love.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as an elite athlete, your training must be intense. So can you walk us through a typical week of training leading up to a major competition? What would that look like?
Yeah, so leading up to a competition, we kind of back off of volume a little bit more, but we up the intensity. So a lot of times we're trying to replicate race conditions. but I'm on the track training 4 days a week, in the gym 3 days a week. We focus on like heavy movements, squats, deadlifts, power cleans, just moving things fast. And then on the track, it's more so race distance. We spend a lot of time working on our start, just perfecting that because it sets the whole race up. And then on the back end, we just do like some light tempo work just to keep the body moving because you don't want to like tax the central nervous system too much. But we try and have a holistic approach and come at it from all angles.
Okay. So what was going through your mind when you crossed the finish line at the World Indoor Championships in Nanjing? What moment or what did that mean to you to retain your 60-meter hurdles title?
Well, immediately crossing the line, I was kind of thinking to myself, like, did I do enough to win it? It was such a close race that I just didn't know where I was in the lineup. I felt that I was in medal contention, and so I just wanted to see where on that list I fell. And then when I realized I won, it was kind of a shock in a way because my season leading up to that point wasn't given that like I was in shape to win the race, and so got over that initial shock, and then it was just excitement after that.
Celebration.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can only speculate that a gold medal at the next Summer Olympics possibly will be on your list of goals, maybe. So in the next few years, what other milestones do you hope that you reach?
I think at this point, in my mind, I've already cemented myself as the greatest 60-meter hurdler ever, and so I kind of want to branch out into the outdoor because I think people have this conception of that I'm a 60-meter hurdle specialist, which I think my skill set plays better to indoor track and field, but outdoor I'm still a very good hurdler, and I want to replicate that same success outdoor.
Sounds good. So how do you envision life after athletics? Are there any passion projects that you're excited about pursuing once you are done with your competitive career?
Yeah, I'm trying not to give too much thought to it, but I am in the space where I'm starting to think about what I'm going to do after track because it's always good to just know what the next step is going to be. Right now, I'm leaning towards coaching, and so I'm working on my strength coaching certification, as well as going to be pursuing my track and field certification. So definitely going to be something, I'm still going to be involved with the sport once I'm done. And, but yeah, I think it's because of the connections I've made in the sport, I think I have the opportunity to pursue it further.
And what would be the message you want to send to young sprinters? I imagine they watch you, they see you, and they want to know what did it take to get to where you are? What message would you share with them today?
I would absolutely say hard work, of course, build everything off of that foundation, but also take care of, yourself off of the track as well. And so I think the easiest thing for me is to just show up every day and do exactly what my coach says to do. That's the bare minimum. But you also have to eat right, you have to sleep right, make sure that you're staying hydrated and recovering when you should be.
Awesome. That is definitely some good advice there. Thank you so much for joining us on What's Trending today, and all the best in your future pursuits.
Thank you.
Well, on the next side of the break, we'll hear from one of our junior athletes. You're watching What's Trending.